Hello there, Pisces. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Pisces for March of 2019, 3 months into the year. It's flying by. For all of you who are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for kind of the overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together. Well, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. All of us Pisces are named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. Get a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't believe the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month. Kind of overall theme for the month. Now, I have a short message for us. And the message is a little bit odd. It's like we need to stay really clear and compassionate this month. And remember, the most important thing we do is to stay in a loving, accepting vibration. I don't mean it's going to be a bad month. I mean, there's going to be a lot of beginnings and endings. Maybe like moving forward instead of backward if we do it right, because the cards are good. It's just an odd place to be, and I believe maybe it might be astrological for us because we have a Pisces new moon, I believe is what I read up on about it, and it might have something to do with that, which would normally be a time for celebrating and stuff, but it just feels, this month feels a little bit different, so stay in that compassionate place, where instead of being angry or upset by things that are going on, understanding that we're moving forward. Sometimes not everything gets to come along with us. And when I pulled these cards, I realized that I was like, the message goes right with our cards. We have our words are good this month. They're respect, acceptance, tenderness, vision, and commitment. And I think a lot of us Pisces are committing ourselves to things that are going to move us forward, not backwards any longer. It's a new year, basically. We're 3 months into it, but a new cycle means things change, and we want them to change for that which is the very best for us, very best. But and what is our vision, like our word here? Because our first card is the 5 of Cups. This card, I think that's supposed to be spilled wine, but these cards are so bright that it looks like spilled blood. And that 5 of Cups is a card that tells us that we're brooding over past wrongs, hurts, losses, disappointments. It's a state of mind that's looking backwards at a painful past and absolutely refusing to look forward. The unhappiness that comes from this 5 of Cups is our own attitude, basically, which we can change. If we got an attitude about something, the only person that can change our attitude is ourselves. Card it's a card of choice. If we think about it, it's not a 2, but it's a card of choice. We can continue to brood over whatever went wrong, or we can turn around, right, and contemplate what can go right for us in the future. You don't have to be miserable unless you want to be. And we don't want to be miserable. I mean, that's aggravating, and we have, really good words here. So look at these two, think about this. Look at these 2 cups here, and right now they look like they're both probably empty, but they're not. They are totally full, they're standing up, they're strong, they're tall, and if this is what's left, right, then it's the 2 cups that stood, or the cups that are right that we need for our own selves. If we think about it like that, if these cups are empty, we can fill them with whatever it is that we want. And I'm choosing to fill them with whatever it is that we want. Versus the things that held us back, held us down, and wouldn't allow us to move forward. We're going to hold on to the things that are going to move us forward. So the past is the past. It's done. It's over. Fine kaput, right? Oh, I'm not going to cry over it anymore. I'm going to move myself forward. If this is all that's left, like Spirit just told us, accept it, right? If it isn't all that's, and use it. Accept it and use it. Commit to using it to forward motion. That's what I'm being told to tell us. If they are empty cups, fill them with the vision I have for myself. Full moon or new moons are a time of setting intentions. I'm going to set my intention to have whatever it is that's in my vision. You know, maybe it'll be a promotion at work. Maybe this is an old love relationship gone sour, and I'm not turning around and thinking, I can make a better life. I'm worth more than that. Whatever it is that's spilled, or whatever it is, and I know there's some kind of lost thing going. Now, it's not going to be for all of us Pisces, so look at our your moon sign and rising sign too. But whatever it is, if we feel the cups are empty, we have the word vision. And we're going to fill it with our vision of what we choose and what we want. If they are full, and we do have something left, for those of us that do have something left, then we will take those 2 full cups and we will move forward with them. And we will make our lives better because of it. And that's how they're saying to say it, because our next card here, we got 2 busters basically in a row here. The next card's the Queen of Swords, and she's the queen of separation and divorce, bereavement, however you want to say it. You know, someone who has suffered great loss and came out and up and through it and was better because of it. In my other deck, she has a rope on her hand here, and she's cut it herself, and she's got the sword out in front of her, and she's basically saying, come forward, I will knight you, or I will choose and cut off your head. You know, whatever you want to, however you want to approach her. But look at her look on her face. She's the emotional component of the mental realm. She actually is a very caring, loving person. She came through whatever it was she suffered. You know, she could be a person of great power, strength, and authority. You know, also that can stand on their own 2 feet. She came through whatever it was that hampered her or held her back or upset her, or if it was a loss. Spirit's calling us this month to say, I make it through everything. And we are very soft-hearted, kind, loving people, and we like everything to just be nice and to flow through. And sometimes this Queen of Swords energy is hard to call on. But what about calling on her? Maybe I lost a job. Let's put it that way. And it's not a partner, but I lost a job. Well, I'm going out tomorrow and I'm getting a better job. Maybe the Queen of Swords will be my new boss. She usually when we think feminine, we think emotion. The Queen of Swords is not emotional. She's not emotional. She's kind, she's sweet, she's a really good person, but the card kind of tells us to use our intellect to judge things and to judge them and discern them impartially. The Queen of Swords commands and demands respect. Commands and demands respect. They accept where they are at, and if the Queen of Swords is committed to something, nothing is going to get in the path of her getting it. She does not get into the sentimentality portion of it. So if she's someone outside of me, he or she, I'm saying she, this could be my new boss. It's he or she, it's air energy, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy. If it's someone outside of myself, Queen of Swords commits to her own growth. The Queen of Swords is a sign like that we need to be, maybe we need to be independent in our thought and our judgment, use our really unbiased intelligence to make any kind of judgment in any particular situation, right? In any particular situation, and the Queen of Swords draws on all the information that she's gathered along the way. She's the one that says the facts and the facts only person. I want the facts, she's let me think. Uh, she's telling us this month, and we Pisces are really, really intuitive, but she is telling us not to let the emotion of whatever this is here to get in the way. Rather use the fact and the logic to make the decisions. She has an ability to tell it straightforward. She tells it like it is. She's really perceptive. She's a very, very intelligent, and she cuts through all the bull and cuts to the chase is what I want to say. Anything that confuses her, she cuts right through it because she doesn't get involved in it emotionally. And us Pisces, we're like totally overboard involved in it emotionally, and this is not the way we're going to get through this month. We're so tender-hearted. The Queen of Swords is tender-hearted, but she doesn't use emotion when making decisions. So what would I want else to say about her? She's gonna, either she's represents us or maybe someone that we work with, you know, that air energy, staying above and higher than the emotion in order to get the facts. I want to say she asks the right questions to get the information she needs. She wants to know who, what, why, all those answers in her hands. If I was using this energy and it was like a career, let's say I'm walking away or I got laid off from work and I was using this kind of energy, I think I would use it logically to make, how do I want to say this? I would use all of my logic to assess the situation I was in. I would ask the right questions, right? And I would be sure or verify that the answers I was getting were the right answers. So with this kind of energy, we can cut to the chase and not have to stay in this, boo-hooing and not turning around to the future type deal. She's like makes decisions, she assesses and problem solves. She can teach us to do that if that's what we need to do, if she's someone outside of us. If she's not, and Spirit is calling us, because we're all different Pisces, calling us up to stand forward and use this swords energy for this month. Now, the other thing I want to say about her is based on this as a past, like looking at the past. Maybe I went through a divorce, or perhaps he could be a new partner coming in if I turn my face, right, away from the past and decide what's in these cups and move forward. It's like a really good situation, to be in, because our next card here is what they keep repeating to me is get out of my head, get out of the past, get into where am I going to move forward. And the Queen of Swords is that kind of energy. Swords, they get to the truth. It's swift movement forward. It's like exciting, but it's not emotional. It's like, I keep my emotions at bay while I'm making the decisions and I look at the facts. Let's say I'm severing a relationship. Here's the facts. I'm not going to go back and say, sentimentally look at the one good time my partner behaved or something. I'm not going to look at, oh, they canned me at the job and such kept theirs. I'm going to say, you use that energy to go get my new job, or do something like that. We are on a forward path, and we're not going to accept anything less that denies our vision. So our words here, make a commitment to the vision that we have. The Queen, and stand up in our Pisces selves. We should be respected for our knowledge, our wisdom, and even our kind-heartedness. You get our kind-heartedness. I think people think we can't stick up for ourselves, but we certainly can if we need to. We're going to use this kind of energy. I think a lot of times people will mistake that because we are sweet. They're usually pretty surprised when we do stand up, because this is 10 of Pentacles. Or I said 9 of Pentacles, I said 10. Look at this. This is being very comfortable financially. I can focus on whatever it is that I want. This card can bring to me promotions, and with that Queen of Swords energy in there, it could, how do I want to say this? With the Queen of Swords energy in there also, it could be making me step forward perhaps into a new relationship that's going to be abundance and flow. I kind of feel a lot of this, it's either or relationship oriented or business, like career promotion oriented, but this is comfort. I mean, opulence, comfort. She's like dressed beautifully, and she has this lovely bird up on her shoulder, and fruit in her bowl is overflowing. It's like this comfortable, opulent state of being. So perhaps the new job's going to bring me money, or perhaps whatever I'm giving up and I liked that job, maybe the promotion is going to bring me more of the things that I want. Usually with Pentacles, it's cash flow, but I feel real good about stepping into this. Maybe our original message, we may lose something, but it was time for us to cut it, and for it to get out of our kind of move forward off of our path. Because our next card here is the Hangman, and that's being in a state of suspended animation. I put him upside down. He was right side up. It's being in a state of suspended animation between the past and the future. That 5 of Cups shows us that energy right there. This is when, let's see, a new direction's coming into our life. It's like in the making. And so we need to look at our lives through a different perspective, like a different viewpoint of our lives. It's calling us to go within, right? Like, what do they call that? Cosmic consciousness is calling us to go within and look at things from the different angles and make all the necessary adjustments that we need. Um, and the card also tells us to make that clean break with the past, which is exactly what the Five of Cups is telling us here. We need readjustments needed, but with the Hangman, and he's showing up a lot in these readings this month, and I really shuffle them really good before. I don't even want you guys to see me shuffle. It's a mess. I throw them on the floor. I can't tell you how many times I picked up these angel cards. But the readjustments needed, but there's no hurry to do it. It's not like do it this minute. Uh, we need our time to make the right decisions about where and what we want to do that's going to move us forward in the future and also in the long term when we get this Hangman type energy. So Spirit's giving us time, and there are these two cards of break, and this card is telling us make that break between the past and the future. But what it says is pay attention to like the inner development and be prepared. And I told another sign this, to dance to a different drummer in the future, but it's the drummer that we want to hear, like the Fool card. And we take this time. We don't rush it. We take the time. We stay in that state. And what comes forward for us is future success, our respect, acceptance, maybe acceptance with a new partnership, acceptance with a new job, our vision of the future. How can we get our vision unless we're taking a different perspective and getting out of this kind of energy? It's calling us to do this month because our next card here is the Four of Swords. So they're all that pull away, go within, make the break with the past. This is a card of rest and respite, but it comes after the Three of Swords, which I don't like the Three of Swords card. My new ones, these ones here, are dripping blood off the end of the middle one, heartbreak and that. He's coming in from war, basically, and he's resting, because he's wore out from it. So it is a time in our life to take the time we need for ourselves, to make the clean break from the past, hang up the phone, turn it off, close the door, go within. Some of us could be healing. This card could mean healing from a physical illness or a surgery too. If that was true, maybe the Queen of Swords energy would be, a surgeon. In that case, very intelligent, surgeons usually don't have, well, some of them do. I have some pretty funny ones I've met. But this is a time for us to withdraw in order to heal and get a perspective on everything that's going on around us. So we have the Hangman telling us, go within, get a different perspective, make the clean break from the past, decide where we're going in our future. We have this card telling us, go rest, go within, take the time we need. And then we have this card telling us the same thing. Basically, cut it. Don't stay there anymore. And the Queen of Swords bringing it forward. And the Nine of Pentacles energy, opulence, abundance, and our vision being brought forth into the physical plane. So everything this month is kind of telling us, maybe that's why we got such a weird message, but to do the things that we need to do with ourselves, for ourselves, and not take what we don't want or those harsh feelings or harboring them, because we get our feelings hurt pretty easy, But like I said, people don't realize we can stand up for ourselves. They think we're always daydreaming or whatever, and that is not the truth. We can act. We can act whenever we feel prompted, and I feel that prompt very strongly for us this month. I mean, really strongly. Can't make them up, Pisces. Our card is innocence. You can't make it up. These angel cards, I've never figured them out yet. It says, Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. Now, that is wild. That is wild, Pisces. I know we're coming out of the past this month. It says this card comes as a reassurance that this situation and the people involved are guiltless. If you've been harboring guilt, release it to the angels. Of all the emotions, guilt has the lowest vibration, so it attracts negativity. If you're judging others' guilt, this card reminds you to see the godliness within them and heal the situation. You don't necessarily have to continue a relationship with anyone you distrust. However, you don't have to. Be it friend, foe, partner, whatever it is, you don't have to. It's necessary to purge your toxic thoughts and emotions for your own well-being. The angels ask you to consider that any misunderstandings were innocent mistakes. See the other's point of view, forgive yourself, and release regrets. An argument you have may have been based on a misunderstanding. Honor the inner child within yourself and others. Look past the surface illusions and see the underlying spiritual truth of perfection and divine order. I have to tell you, the Queen of Swords, she always, always, always grows and moves forward and becomes stronger because of it, with that kind of energy, and it doesn't mean she's not tender-hearted. Just whatever is going on right now for us Pisces that this reading applies to, right? Whatever's going on, we're going to have to use our brain and our ability to get to the truth in order to make the break and get our vision, the vision we have and the vision we are committed to, and accept that forward motion. And we get the Nine of Pentacles. I think it's excellent for us. You have to tell me what happens. Well, Pisces, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I truly, really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information's down below the screen in the About section. If you want to set an appointment with me, all the information to be able to do that is at the website, and that's in the About section. And there's 2 short videos there at the website that explain the prayer class and the suture classes for you. They're now over at the website also. The prayer class is very comprehensive. It explains why you do it, the way you do it, all that kind of stuff. 2.5 hours long. Sutras are thought forms you put in a simple meditation, takes you 5 minutes, enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. And everybody I've met through doing YouTubes for 3 whole years now, and all of you I've met through 30 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be able to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.